All right, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm going to take you on a walk through your body today. And some of it I know what's going to happen, and some of it I have no idea. So take a minute to ground yourself, feel your body supported by the earth. Call in those guides and directions. We can use them all to help us where to go. Take one full breath and feel your rib cage expand in an east to west direction out to the sides. Let your belly rise. And then go ahead and put your hands on the fascia of your belly. And go ahead and just give it a pull, give it a stretch, and help that belly remember to be soft today. Tommy, grab your tummy and pull on it. Pull on that skin, grab it, give it a yank.
Not that much anymore.
Good.
I like that.
I'm gonna do it for you for a second.
Okay, good. Is it good to keep the knees out?
Yeah, they can fall out. Take a deep breath.
So what's that trying to do?
Fascia. So think of your body in like a
Okay.
in a ski racer outfit,
Uh-huh.
and it's too tight against your skin. And so being able to pull the fascia allows the bones and muscles to move inside that skin suit a little better.
So you picture a smaller area and then really pull it apart.
Yeah. Okay. Then go ahead and start at your feet. Actually, kick your block away. I'm going to have you start in the least challenging position for your upper back. So feet on the floor allows your pelvis to sit in a neutral position. And that neutral position should be a slight curve in your low back. And then you should be able to gently tuck your shoulders underneath your back in towards your spine. Beautiful. Now just take a breath into that and just feel that new spot. And then let's start at your feet today. I want you to rock up on your toes and back on your heels. So make sure your feet are straight ahead, no hips down on the floor, literally just feet. So we're gonna pull on the line of fascia in the front of your body and the back of your body by rocking up to your toes and then going back onto your heels. Rock up on your toes, back on your heels. Caitlin, you're really knocking right now. Move your feet so that they're straight in line with your hips.
So
There.
it's grabbing here and it's grabbing there. It just go through it.
Just go through it. So what your upper back is trying to do is to begin to let go, but it has to be able to expand all the way up the chain. And if it's not quite being able to, so you're actually limiting it a little bit right now, Tommy, by having your hands on your belly. Yeah. Move them out and just let gravity take your shoulders down to the floor. Up on your toes, back on your heels. Notice if there's any tension in your jaw.
That's the only place there isn't tension.
Good. Now rest your feet on the floor, bend your elbows, and just pull your hands into what we call the golfer's grip. So fingers going into tension. Elbows about 30 degrees outside of your body so that they're in the most open position we have for the shoulder, and you may know your shoulders, you may feel that your shoulders drop down to the floor a little more. Good. Fingers into palms, curl. Tommy, how's that in your hands?
Good.
Keep your palm open. Look at my hands. Palm open, fingers curled. Yeah, trying to touch where the knuckles kind of on the inside are. Good. Yeah, just pull on those fingers for a moment. Notice if they do it. And I truly don't know yet totally what we're doing with our thumb. But now we're going to use an Anusara, actually it's a global bowstring hand. I want you to soften your hand and just let it start to curl. They call this seed hands. So like you're gently carrying something. And the pad of the thumb and the pad of the pinky begin to come together. So just let that gently open in your hands. And again, soften into your shoulders. Good, now let's go the opposite way. Open those hands as if you have rubber bands around your fingers and begin to just stretch them open wide and notice if there's an adjustment that gets to happen again in the shoulder, the jaw, the neck, anywhere along that chain. Good, bring them in again, seed hands, squeeze the pad of the thumb and the pad of the pinky towards each other. That's the arch of your hand. So as if you can even go fingers out, that would work too. And curl the palm of the hand together towards each other. Find the arches of your hands. And then go out, expand them wide like you're pushing those rubber bands out. Yep. And then go back into that hand, the beginning hand, the golfer's grip hand. And now we're going to move into wrists. So I want you to go ahead and play with your flexion and extension of your wrist in all different directions. Now ideally we should be able to have the wrist go to 90 degrees. And if you don't, that's a good indication it's probably not ready for a long loading if it just can't even do that function. But we tend to have a wrist that doesn't want to bend and then maybe go to a yoga class and hang out on it for a while, which then creates inflammation in that wrist and spurs a disease process that we'd like to heal. Awesome. Now go ahead and squeeze your shoulder blades in towards your spine. Find the muscles on your upper back at the bottom edge of the shoulder blades. Allow them to come together on your back. Squeeze and release.
The bottom end.
The bottom edge, yep, right here. Bottom edge of the shoulder blade, squeeze kind of in and down. And what we're doing again is allowing more extension to happen all the way through the upper back. So you're almost going into a mild back bend.
Where should your hands be?
They can just be in gentle fists right now. Yep, squeeze, release. Give me like 3 more of those.
Once again, I'm squeezing from this low down my back. It's like
low down your back, you got it.
in
In and down. Good. Okay, then take the elbows and let them fall open. Control your rotation of your shoulder all the way out. And then back in so that it touches your belly and back out. So we got the shoulders to be in a more open, extended position. Now we're adding rotation of the arm bone, yes, and that may help the shoulders continue to adjust. Take deep, full breaths in your belly. Remember that east to west breath we talked about. Feeling the rib cage expand all the way. The diaphragm works like a kind of vacuum, goes up and down, and if it's in a good position, it will be able to do its work easily. But if the rib cage is out of position, it will have a much more difficult time doing what it needs to do.
How many breaths holding?
No holding breath, just in, out. And I've been informed that if you breathe in through your nose, you access the lower lobes of your lungs better than if you just breathe in and out through your mouth. Okay, reach those arms up to the sky. Let's take this up a little bit. Go ahead and put your legs back on your block. So grab your blocks. Go into deeper hip flexion. Beautiful. Now go ahead and let's access this whole line from the toes to the arms. So point your toes, curl your toes, curl the bottoms of your feet towards that mirror, Tommy. Yep. Push them away from you at the ankle first, then curl. Hold that and reach your arms all the way over your head. Try to touch your thumbs to the floor. Relax your belly. Keep your elbows straight. You may interlace your hands or keep them separate, your choice. Do like 3 pullovers with your toes pointed, and then 3 pullovers with your toes flexed. Keep the outer edges, so flex the feet, keep the outer edges of the feet straight ahead, and Caitlin, watch your knees, knees in line with hips also. Good. Okay, now reach your left hand under your right armpit and do a fascia pull out on the skin that's underneath that armpit, and just give it a yank. Good.
Inside.
If you're not going to be comfortable, take a breath.
If I can reach for you.
Breath. Nice. Now see if you can touch that thumb to the floor without bending that elbow. Better.
Yeah.
Okay. Other side.
I like the idea of making the suit bigger.
Just right in that suit. Nice. Okay, we're going to take it up a way big another notch. So arms by your side. Pull your knees into your chest. And stretch your heels to the sky. So now we're asking for full hip flexion. Your back is going to go flatter into the floor because your thigh bones are going to hit your pelvic bones. And that's okay. Pull them all the way in as far as they go, then stretch to the ceiling. Go ahead and do 3-point flexes while you're up there. So Tommy, not quite so high to the sky. Go more toward the corner of the room because of what was happening at your neck. Okay? And then point flex a couple times. Open up your upper back as you're able to again. And then go ahead and relax them down on the block. You're going to do that 3 times. Into your belly. Soft upper back. Back gently flattening to the floor. Mild flexion through your whole spine. Press your heels to the ceiling or to kind of out toward the corner of the room, wherever you can maintain the rest of your body, your head and neck. If your upper body changes, then take your legs a little farther away. Try no hands. And just let them go out toward the mirror a little bit more. Yeah, there's your upper back better. So otherwise, we won't get the release in the thoracic back that we're after. Good. Come on down. I think you have one more of those.
With the point and the flex, that's where you're getting the stretches in the hamstrings and then the feet.
As your knees come into your chest, you can use your abdominal muscles because you're in spinal flexion. So feel your belly muscles, engage a little bit in that position. You could even pull your head toward your knees for a moment, tuck your chin a lot, kind of feel like breathe into the contraction of the belly. And release it back out. Awesome. Take your block that's next to you, place it between your knees, and give me a set of 20 squeezes.
Well, still on the block.
Arms out to the side, palms up, everything soft. If you have a little bit of a hip disparity that hasn't quite come out yet, hopefully this will nudge it out. Feel the adductors. So Pete said, in my body, my shoulder was hinging forward and there was no possible way to create balance without abducting my hip. So if any of that is similar in your body to mine, then finding your adductors will help square the pelvis.
Say that one more time. Finding.
Sure. If you have one shoulder that's more forward than the other, which is very common but not optimal, then likely to find balance, your hip has to do something to just be able to be standing and walking. And so the inside leg muscles are called your adductors, and finding those muscles can help square your pelvis.
So would my knees ideally be more like this on the block, or more like this?
You can go there, that's fine. That feels better.
I can't tell.
So increasing that flexion will make your back go slightly more flat, which is fine.
Do you want to try to engage, like not engage this in it?
Not right now. Okay, go ahead and take that away. And then I'm gonna have you roll onto your bellies. And when you do that, make sure you have enough room that you can reach arms all the way up over your head.
So last question about this.
Yeah.
So I find it a very big difference if I'm trying to only engage my adductors, like of my entire body.
Yeah.
Right.
Then it, which took me a while to get to, I'm sure you mean this anyway, but then when I was trying to, you can engage like all kinds of other things.
Exactly.
And to try to like do more with your adductors, but like if you're trying to like experience sort of nothing but
What adductor?
yeah.
And which one did you want? Because I had the same thing.
I don't exactly know. Probably
Okay.
just adductor, but you're in hip flexion, so as soon as you squeeze, the adductors are an assistant hip flexor,
Yeah.
but it's not your prime mover. So you're already engaging some of the hip flexors just by virtue of the position that you're
Yeah.
holding. So, yeah.
The main one for me was pushing down. Once I was in the position you wanted me, engaging these, then by pushing, even making a bigger arch by pushing my butt down further, it exacerbated everything. And not in a bad way, it just was more work, more stretch, more everything.
Yeah.
So I think once you get comfortable with it, the adductors.
It's crazy how
Yeah.
tiny changes, like if you are someone who engages your feet the way I do, like my jaw and my shoulders, then you're like, the entire thing is like engaged.
Yeah.
Anyway, whatever.
It's
I
true.
also like the challenge of thinking I'm not engaging anything but,
Okay,
yeah.
push
arm
that
up.
block away onto your belly. Awesome, awesome feel.
I had the exact same thing.
You want to be able to stretch your arms and legs out, so Caitlin pushed the block to the wall.
Alright, So this is when the knee gets messed up. Are you okay? I was confused.
Sorry, I was just being slow.
Okay, so now I'm taking you to a really different hip position. So you're in hip extension now, which means that you're asking for an arch of the low back. And I want you to completely soften the upper back. So it's super important to get the whole spine to feel what we're asking for it to do to be able to really relax. Okay, then go ahead and keep your toes pointed. Bend your knees and try to touch your heels to your butt. That probably will not happen, but that would be the goal. And you have to notice, yep, some of you are going to feel pressure in your low back. Just keep relaxing depending on the length of the quad. So now I'm pulling on the muscles that cross the hip and the knee. And the result of that is going to be a gentle tipping forward of the pelvis. But if your quads are super tight, then it will really want to tip it way forward and you have to keep relaxing. Point and flex your feet 10 times. And when you point, curl the toes, get that all 3 arches of your feet.
Let's see if I'm doing it right. I'm not sure if I'm doing it right.
Yeah, point, flex. Good. Point, flex. Now, if you can feel it, Tommy, see if you can point your feet more towards the mirror and less out to the side. Good. Really relax your upper backs and just pull your legs towards your butt more. Find your hamstrings. They may even cramp.
They are.
Yep, pull. Breathe into your belly. Lengthen your belly. Open your shoulders. Pull with your feet. We need the tibia to rotate to accommodate the lower leg into the knee, into the femur, into the hip, into the pelvis. It is all connected.
So you ideally want to relax more this way.
So ideally, you'd be in neutral without having to use your belly and your butt to get there. So you can feel the tightness of your rectus mortis right there. Yeah.
Don't show me where I'm supposed to be feeling.
Maybe here, maybe here. Maybe,
What's that?
maybe here. Pressure.
Yes, the cramping stopped, so that's
Good. Okay, just a 10-second hold. Point your toes, curl your toes, everything. 10, 9, pull, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Move your arms straight out from your shoulders into a T shape. Let your belly relax. Let your toes relax on the floor. Pigeon toe your feet, toes touching, heels out. Hands into fists or golfer's grip. Thumbs up to the ceiling. Crank your shoulders open. Relax your belly, relax your back. You can pull your shoulders down your back. Yep, Tommy, smush that nose. I'm sorry.
okay. Need to be smushed.
Elbows super duper 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 strong. Hands in that golfer's grip again. Let your palms be more open, fingers curl. Good. Take them up to the corners of your mat into a Y shape. Rotate your upper arm bones backwards. Elbows super, super strong. Okay, now curl your feet up towards your butt, point your toes again. Hold that, crank. Maybe pressure in your back. Keep relaxing your belly. Let your back open. Let your spine open. Soften your shoulders between your shoulder blades, but work the arm bone by cranking that out wide. Things moving? And you feel it? Yes. Okay, flex the feet. Take your arms straight over your head. That's going to be the toughest spot right there. Rotate those upper arm bones out, elbows super, super, super strong and straight. Soften everything except hamstrings, and shoulders. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it down. Beautiful job. Push up onto your hands and knees and do a couple cats and dogs. Now as you go into cat position, let your belly squeeze. Let your abdominals work. Then come out, let your abdominals relax. Rotate the pelvis over the head of the femurs, letting it fall down, squeeze the shoulder blades. Lengthen the head and neck, move into the first bit of extension, neck extension that we've really asked for. Nice, Tommy. Can you squeeze your shoulders more before your head goes there? Beautiful.
Lazy shoulder.
Okay, 2 more, round and arch. Okay, now push up to a kneeling position. This is going to be a fairly intense position, but I hope that I just set you up for it well. Now I want you to take your hands behind your head. You're going to be in this position, soften your glutes, soften your belly, and you're going to do a side-to-side rotation, so lateral flexion of the spine, over, inhale, come up, over to the other side. Do your best not to rotate your rib cage forward or back, or just notice if it wants to. And I've been doing these actually like up against a wall because I have more feedback about the rotation that's happening. Relax your belly. Relax your butt.
Against the wall.
There you go.
Your face goes against the wall?
Yeah, so I've been doing it like this because then I have no rotation in
No,
my
there you go.
rib cage. There you go. So once you get knees there, soften belly, soften butt. It's difficult to hold that, especially if you've got tight quads. Caitlin, watch this.
Oh, thanks.
Scooch over. I don't want you to get a paper cut.
Okay. I can, do you mind if I just do it on the carpet?
Okay, so relax belly, relax butt, then rotate side to side, hands behind your head, elbows back, squeezing your shoulders a little bit. And just, yeah, good, find that. Okay, here comes that fascia pull again, ready?
Yeah.
Me too, movement.
It's hard to remember to let your belly go.
Other side.
Oh my god.
Good, up and back a couple times. Tommy, are you relaxing your butt?
That was my 3 pass limit.
Sorry. Okay, come on up.
The red 3 is good.
Yeah. Come all the way to standing and then grab your blocks again.
Big or little?
Big. Stand your blocks up so that they're tall as they can get. And then take 1 foot forward and 1 foot backwards. And like you're on a balance beam, we set this distance by your knee right behind your heel, and then tucking your toes under and standing up. And then square your hips the best you can. Tommy, bring that back foot in to right there, good. Then work the front leg straight. Straight, straight, straight. Nice. Now the goal of this one is to roll your pelvis over the top of your femur bones, which is going to increase the arch in your back all the way up through your shoulder blades.
So that's what you're going for, the arch.
It's really that the ability to roll your pelvis over your leg bones.
So I'm pushing down from where? The pelvis?
Like, imagine there's water that needs to spill out your belly button.
Okay. Okay. I want a good trajectory or just a dribble?
Just a dribble.
Okay.
Okay, so yep, now let your shoulder blades kind of squeeze together, Tommy. There you go, that looks better.
Put that in here.
Square your hip a little more by pulling your back hip a little more forward. Or, yeah, not your foot, just your hip. There you go, good.
Okay.
And then straighten that front knee one more time. You could even bring that front knee so the foot almost touches the block. Yeah, there you go. And then switch sides.
I don't even know my hips are sore.
I think it's not very hard to know, too.
Yes. Breathe into that back foot, Tommy, and let that back foot, so that flexion of that back ankle is part of what we're after, to be able to then roll the top of the pelvis more forward. Heel down, breathe it down, Tommy, let that go. Yeah, good. Okay, come up to standing, and then take your back foot and just move it slightly wider. So now we're asking for extension all the way up the whole chain, so hands off your blocks, arms just free. Your back heel needs to be super duper straight, so the outer edge of the back foot straight, and even less space, like almost toes to heel, yeah. And then bend your knees as much as you possibly can. And then let your shoulders lift up so that we're asking for a flexion at your legs, but extension through your upper back and pelvis. Now take your front toes and lift them off the floor and press them back down 20 times.
Front toes.
Front toes. No, hands on hips, both of you, let them go. Your shoulders can't change position. Caitlin, hands off. Your shoulders can't change if they're stuck like that. So open the kinetic chain. Tommy, lift your chest a little bit. Let it move through your shoulders. There you go. Toes touching the ground. Tapping, pushing in. That push in is really important for the arch of your foot. Lift, press. Lift, press. Lift, press. switch sides.
The dog watching their feet.
This is kind of a quad workout.
Yeah.
Tommy, less space between your feet. Back foot super duper straight. No, not backwards. Heel out toward the wall, toward the windows. Back foot. Heel to the, there you go.
Yeah, that feels real different.
In your back. Bend, even weight between your feet. Bend into your knees.
Right away, let's go around with that.
Yep. Toes lift and lower. Hands free, shoulders free. Ears over, shoulders over, hips. Lift your toes, press them into the ground, Tommy. Just the toes, not the whole front of the foot. Just the toes. Push. Lift. Push. Bend your knees, even weight between your feet. You'll probably be able to bend more and more as you do these. There you go. Nice. Okay, ready to go another notch? Hands on the floor, step back into a downward facing dog pose. So, feet back, yep. Make it kind of a long dog pose, so if you came forward, you could come into a full plank. So make that kind of a good position, yep.
So the heels don't get to the floor.
That's okay. So just breathe them down toward the floor. They want to for you. Yeah, good. Just take a moment to breathe it there. This is, I would say, an advanced pose. Bring your left foot up halfway up your mat, and then left. Switch legs. Halfway. And then just bend that front knee a lot over those toes. Keep your hips kind of square. Maybe that's a little too far. Take it back just a little bit. I want your heel to just barely come off the floor.
And then we're flip-flopping them or just slowly?
Yeah, we're gonna hold that from a little bit.
This one's supposed to still be down.
Yeah, and then I want you to switch your feet, Tommy, less far, like maybe just a foot up. So step back into your downward dog. Yeah, and bring it a foot up.
Oh, so you're firing your hip flexor.
Yeah, your hip flexor's gonna fire, and then it should engage. We're in hip flexion, so, and then you should be able to root that heel more as the ankle flexes and the knee flexes more.
Okay. Yeah.
And walk your feet back up to your hands all the way, and just take it into a full fold. Let your belly contract. Hips going over.
Sorry, I did this really wrong last time, so I just.
It's amazing how you can't go to the other side and replicate it. You have to start over.
Yeah. Okay, both feet up, Tommy. Just hang. Both feet up into what? Look at Caitlin. Both feet up and just hang over. Working your legs towards straight. Think of your pelvis moving over the top of your thigh bones again. And in an ideal world, your hip would be directly over that ankle bone. Yeah, find your belly. There you go. Good, Caitlin. Let your belly contract as you go over. Breathe. And then take your hands off the floor so they're just hanging. And you can interlace your elbows and just give it a moment to just be there and breathe. Yeah, neck, jaw, tuck your head, Tommy. Chin down. That's super important for the hang. And then both of you come up somehow. Use your butt muscles. Beautiful. Okay, last little bit. Come back to the wall. Standing at the wall. Yep. I want you to be able to do arms up and in, so step over. Good. Bring your arms 30 degrees out from your body, rotate them out and hold it. Head to the wall, mid back to the wall, butt to the wall. Mid back to the wall? Yeah, a little bit.
Feet close,
Actually, let it go. Just let your mid back be where it's gonna be.
feet
yeah.
close or far apart.
Feet hip width. Yeah. Good. And then once you've breathed into this position where your arms are out, then let's take it into arm glides up over your head and back down.
Our arms are at 90.
Yeah, ish. Awesome. Okay. Have a seat down on the floor. So that was intense. This is gonna be even more intense.
You said that was intense and this is gonna be even more.
Yeah, so we're increasing the demand on your pelvis. So sitting with your back against the wall, legs out straight. Hands in your lap. Pull your ankles back. Outer edges of your feet pointed straight, tighten your thighs. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, down and back. Find those muscles once again in the middle of your back. Hands in your lap.
Toes pointed
Yeah.
like this.
Uh-huh. Okay, take your head to the right shoulder. Pulling on that fascia seat again. So tight.
It's so tight.
Come on up, go to the other side. I'll do it. Just want you to hit me up. Look at your feet. Straight, outer edges of the feet, straight. Just one more. Yeah, more. Come on, straight up and down. Like 12 o'clock. There you go. Those toes all need to go. Yeah. Okay, other side. Oh, baby, this one's tight.
that's-
Holy smokes.
Yeah. That's like my whole life right here.
Good. Come on up. Come out on the floor, lying down on your back once again. Cross the right ankle. Let's go left first, just to change it up. Left ankle over the right knee. Flex the foot, gently open that hip. check your external rotation of the leg bone. It should happen easily and well. Cute. Yeah, everything else, like there's sand pouring into your pelvis so that it doesn't move on the other side. If you feel like you want to, you could take this into a twist and move over to the side, placing your knee and foot on the floor toward me. Yep, keep coming, tell me. No, not the bottom foot doesn't move. Yeah, just keep it coming over. Keep it coming, keep it coming.
Try to keep your neck straight.
And arms down on the floor. Let's turn your palms down. That's just gonna help some shoulder stabilizers at play. Beautiful. Gently press that knee toward the mirror, Tommy. Top knee. Yeah, good. Breathe. Squeeze your shoulders a little bit underneath you. And then inhale, come up. And do the other side. All the way down if you want it. Is it moving? Yeah, good. Yep. Oh, that hip is yo, baby. So this is where fascia pull could happen at the rib, at the hip, at the yeah, Good, come on up. Okay, I have one more. I'm still trying to work out a little bit. So roll onto your side. Bend your knees so that they're up just a little bit. And I want you just to let the side of your body kind of relax completely into the floor. You can put one arm up so that you're resting. Yep. And I want you to, let's go pointed toes, ankle lift. And then that hip, so we're internally rotating the hip, and let the pelvis kind of go with it, and then let the ribs open more on this side, and just kind of let this whole side, this side contract, that side open a little, and then bring it down. And let the whole pelvis and back kind of unravel as you do it, and then take it back up. Let's just do 3 of them. What do you think? Yeah.
Be able to open that side.
Lifting from like the knee and the hip.
Yeah. So curled, toes curled, bottom of the arch, engaged internal rotation, big internal rotation of that hip. Mine's gonna keep going. I'm gonna let it into the pelvis, into the rib cage. Open at the shoulder. And then down. Ooh, I'm getting cramps in my feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Just hold it. You don't have to move.
Okay.
That's good, right?
Before
How
we
do you
switch,
feel it?
pull your knees up a little higher. Go ahead and open up your upper back into a full upper spinal floor twist. Knees and hips stay together. And yeah, pelvic stability happening. Oh, fascia pull on that pec.
Yes. So that's
Yeah, dude.
all of that.
Oh, how are you?
Untwist. Other side. first do the, don't twist first. Do the knees down a little bit. Internal rotation, pointed toes. Internal rotation of the leg bone. Let it open through that side of the pelvis, all the way up into the ribs and hip. And down. And up. Hold it up there, point those toes, curl the bottom of your foot, keep your knees together, let that both sides just open, open, open. Breathe. Then release that foot down, bring your knees up so that they're 90 degrees, arms out to the side, and go ahead and open into that upper spinal floor twist.
And you start realizing other places that are bound. Yeah. Cool.
Gently untwist. Curl into a full child's pose. Let your arms come back toward your feet. And just let your, so shoulders get to relax off your back. Belly gets to contract. Pelvis gets to tip. Knees in flexion. Pointed toes. Good. Tommy, can you take your forehead to the floor and then go backwards from there and see if you can get your whole back to relax even a tiny bit more.
We're connected. One moves, the other moves.
Squeeze your belly muscles a little bit. See if you can get your back to round just a touch more. There you go. One big full breath, east to west breath. And then release it all the way onto your back once more. One last move, actually two. Rotate your femurs, your leg bones, in your hip sockets, Kaylin, when you're ready. Sorry, okay. So shoulders a little underneath you, arms out to the side. Rotate your hips in your femurs in your leg bones, feet flexing a little bit. Rotation all the way up through. Use that to let your body just begin to have contact with the floor again, but in this outstretched position. Do one big reach and reach your arms over your head, touch your thumbs to the floor, ask for that full extension. You can even point your toes, flex your feet. And then you should be balancing on your sacrum and your upper back and your head. And then just relax your arms out to the side. Find your breath. Let your feet go. Feel gravity, allowing your body to sink into the floor. Let the weight of your body be completely supported. Let all the work that we've done to move your body in a way that adds health and vitality, youthfulness, come back into your being. We do this practice also to elevate our own vibrations, to reduce any limitations that our body can have, so all of us, every single one of us, can walk with our purpose. There's a lot of work to do right now. When we act as a lighthouse, we can walk with that beautiful light and lead in a way that people can hear it. We can lead with love. Take a couple deep breaths. Thank you so much for showing up today to do this practice.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Come on up when you're ready. Yeah?
Yeah.
Think we're onto something?
I think you are, and I think we're lucky. I think we're the lucky ones, but it's cool that like the timing of all of it, even us, like, hey, can we start now? And you're going, okay, can you be a guinea pig? Get in the wheel.
Oh, yeah, I know. Great. I was wondering if there's anything that feels natural that would be like a quick check-in with the body that you could maybe do at the beginning of class and then at the end. It's
Like
nice
some
to end
functional
on that
tests.
note. Yeah,
To be able to say, like, can you feel how you're moving now?
yeah, like, are you moving with more ease? Are you moving with more range? Like, I don't know. It may not be necessary.
But it translates well.
I think I got that just starting on the block because I got a couple extra minutes to just check in, sank into the floor, and I got that at the end sinking into the floor. It wasn't.
Yeah, no, I mean even more so that whatever you choose to be that thing, you kind of bring everyone back to that same thing. Like even if you said,
Check your forward fold.
like you did at the beginning, notice the difference between your knees, I don't know, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever makes sense.
Okay, cool.
Because I think that it's awesome no matter what. It feels great. Everyone's going to experience opening and I think all the like strengthening, opening, whatever. But I think some people, there's all the people that want to just drop into the experience, and then there's people that like think about it, and I don't think they'll understand it the way you understand it. So if you can kind of give them one,
That's 20 years of work to
I know, so if you
understand
can
that.
give them one like connective posture. I mean, I can see the connections through the whole thing.
I like it. I think having a functional test is a really good thing that people can feel massively different.
Yeah.
Because that's what they'll talk about. They'll be like, I went to this incredible class, or I did this incredible class, I'm going to share it because I couldn't touch I could reach to my knees, and then by the end of the class, I could touch my toes or whatever.
Exactly.
Anything else before I turn off the recording?
Any feedback before she's done
I
recording?
just am glad we're gonna get to do it, and I think it's much better just to have that and then not be willing. So.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Cool. Okay.